Hey guys, welcome back to RVBarndominium and the next project. So what we're going to do now is we're going to install a LED lights across the underside of the canopy here. We have the single light that's on the side of the camper, but you know, they just tend to be bright and white and obtrusive, and you know, they just don't have a wow factor of it. These LED strip lighting that you get nowadays, they can dance to the music. You can change it to any color you want. You can use an app on your phone to change it, and you know, it's got the wow factor and the bling bling. We got Halloween season coming up when we go camping, so we'd like to put it on some you know, green or purple lights, you know, for the Halloween season. You know, just you know, snazz it up a little bit. So I went ahead and bought my RBG LED light strip, and I also bought the tracking that it goes into. This tracking comes in metal, using about almost 3 foot sections. And it also comes in like a continuous plastic one. I almost bought the continuous plastic one, but I don't like in the sense that when you unroll it, it wants to curl back up again, and that makes it just a little bit harder to install. And this is tucked up underneath the awning underneath here, so weather is not a big issue, and I can weatherproof the corners. But I'm going to install all the way at the top, and it doesn't look like it's going to interfere with the awning. If you roll the awning in, you can still have the light on, which we would probably never do anyway, because we won't use the lights very much anyhow. But yeah, now this ones I bought have pre-drilled holes in them for mounting. I don't know if I'm going to drill the holes and mount them with the screws or not. Technically, what these RVs are built out of, it's not a good anyway, you know, sturdy anyhow, but also you know, you always risk the possibilities of hitting a wire or something on the inside. But what I did do is I went to the automotive store, parts store, and what they have there is 3M strip taping, and this is the tape that they use to put molding on automobiles to hold molding to the side of the car. So it's very sticky and it does a good job. I'll just have to peel this off. It's really a two-sided sticky tape, but it's 3M, and it's really good stuff. This is 1/2 inch wide. I think mine was a 1/2 inch wide by 15-foot roll. I've got less than 14 feet that I'm doing with the lights. So yeah, it should be relatively easy. I'm just going to install these up underneath here. Stick that to it all the way across, and then stuff my lighting strip on the inside. Penetrating into the side of the camper, I've already got a hole to go through, but the wire that came on the RGB lighting doesn't have a spot where I can disconnect and push it through the hole and put it on the inside. I am going to have to cut the wire and do a little bit of soldering that back. I'm not scared of doing that. I've done tons of soldering in my life, so I'm not scared of that part. So, but you may look at whether you the one you buy or the one you would do would have plugs if you're not comfortable doing that. So yeah, this is the next project. So stick around. Okay, you can see on here the tape better that we put on the back there. It's a 1/2 inch by, that roll I got was a 15-foot roll. Also on the end where you start to come in, the kit comes with end caps. So I have to put this end cap on here, onto the end of this, like so. I'm going to put some clear RTV on this, and before I push this on, and to hold that on, and also to help seal that up just a little bit more. These are not completely waterproof by any stretch of the imagination, but any spot for water is a spot for water. So yep, I'm going to put those, put a little glue on there and put those end caps on. And other than that, I'm going to go ahead and put the tape on the rest of the pieces that I'm going to have. Here's the roll of the tape, and yeah, get the rolling. Now we just washed, waxed, and cleaned and polished everything on this camper last week, so the surface is good and clean. So I just have to remove the red film off this 3M tape. Now I'm going to push it up against this other one just to make sure that that gap is closed. And then push it up against it, all up against the top, and push it in to get the 3M to stick. That gap closed up really nice. There's good square cuts from the factory there. And now let me do this second one here. Now I'm not going to be able to do the last one yet because I have to cut it to length because I'm going to want it. So I can put this last one in here, but the last one will have to be cut to length to where I want it to stop. So I'll have to go do that. Once again, I'm going to push it up against that other one while pushing up against the top and push it into the camper. Boy, that fills that gap in really nice. All right. All right. You can hardly even see it up there, so yeah, looks real good. I'm going to measure my last one, cut it to length, and then yeah, check her out from there. Well, I just looked at the last one. I put a fresh track up there, and it only sticks out about an inch past where I would want it to be. And cutting this aluminum, you know, I just can't get as good of a factory cut as that came with. So I think I'll just leave it rather than trying to cut that. That factory edge is just good and square, and you'll never see it. All right, so I need to feed this out. I need to feed this out the whole of the side of the camper. So what I need to do is I need to unsolder these connections here. And then once I pass this through the wall out to the outside, I'll reattach it on the other end of this one, which is what's going to be, this is what will be on the inside the track. And there is the copper that it attaches to. I just solder it back to that, and she'll be good as new. So what we're trying to do here, oh yeah, she's more than high enough. Those are just popping right off, oh, and there they're off. This is my butane powered soldering iron. As you can tell, did an extremely good job. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to have to wire this control feed wire through the wall out to the outside, and then we'll reconnect it. There we go. Well, all right, so I got my soldering done right here. I put it in my little clamp and did my soldering there, a little bit intricate, and I turned it on and tested it through all the different colors, and it does great. When I brought it through the wall and I brought it outside, I sent it through the grommet, that is the waterproof grommet for the wall, and I also then put on the end cap, that is the end cap that'll go on here. So I had to pre-install those. You don't want to get that all together and then not have those. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to take the tape off the back of the strip lighting and stick it inside the track. And then I'll move on and we'll just about be done. Now these tracks come in different sizes as far as, this is like about a 1/2 inch. I forget how many millimeters it is, but the different LED strip lighting has a width. On Amazon it helps out because it'll put it in the, sometimes it'll put it in the in your cart, as you know, or you're looking at an item and it'll say, hey, do you want to buy this also? And it'll have the appropriate track for the LED light that you're buying. You just need to make sure that your LED strip light isn't too wide to fit in your track, because there were a couple different sizes. It wasn't hard to figure it out online though. Okay, one thing I like about this track that I have that you put the LED inside is it also has this lens cap that goes on, that snaps onto the outside. That'll mute the color a little bit and help diffuse it out so it's not as harsh. It looks good the way it is, but this is the way this comes. It has a little lens cap on the front, also keeps dust and everything off the LED lighting. So I'm gonna go out and put all that on. So this is the difference between having the lens cap on and the lens cap off. As you can see that it diffuses it. It kind of looks blurry from on the camera, but it really does look good from out here. It's very muted, and it makes it definitely makes it an access piece. Right there, right here's where the penetration is going into the RV. I've got a rubber grommet on there, and then I put RTV clear silicone on there. This turned out just a little bit shorter. The caps turned out shorter than that, but I filled it full of the clear silicone also. I used one of my zip tie tabs. I've screwed it in and then zip tie that to hold it. The black wire goes up on top and goes to our RV cell phone booster, but there it is. Well guys, there it is. So this was really easy. It turned out it was less than one evening's work. It takes twice as long to do the work and record for you all. So a couple hours you can have one of these up. I did already have a hole penetration to run my wiring to the inside to give it power. So that was to my benefit. But other than that, easy project. Anybody can do it. You can do it. Get out there, put some bling on your RVs, and let's all have some fun this year. So like and subscribe. Stick around for the next video. We'll see you around, guys.